Hey guys, Krauser W here again, and today we have another epic toy review. Today we're going to be talking about Shockwave from the Transformers Cyber Battalion line. Another fantastic figure from this line. As I said before, Hasbro had created this line to give some longevity to the toy brand and make an inexpensive little bit of a toy line for the Transformers fans. I'm still kicking myself in the ass over not getting the two Optimuses, the two Bumblebees, trying to track down Megatron, Sideswipe, and this rumored Starscream figure that was supposed to have been part of the line. But all in all, not a bad line, and I'm happy with what I get my hands on, really, because toy collectors went absolutely nuts over these figures because of how good they are. You guys seen Jetfire, you guys seen Prowl, now you're looking at my Shockwave. One of the nice things about Shockwave, though, is that he looks very G1, as all the other figures do. Incredibly detailed. And then let's get into this figure. I will transform him for you guys. Shockwave has been one of my all-time favorites. All the way back when I was a kid, I wanted a Shockwave figure, and we couldn't find them. But my mother got me the holy grail of all holy grail Shockwaves. Because what she got me was the Radio Shack version of him, the dark gray with the clear parts and stuff like that. Absolutely love that figure. And, well, he's not with us anymore, unfortunately. I'm not hard and mean to my toys, as you can see, but other people are. So he got broken, and I was broken ever since. I swear to God, if one of those figures would have dropped in my lap, I'd probably have a coronary or explode. I don't know. More likely explode. Just boop and done. So we're gonna get into this figure. This figure has a few little issues. Ones that I'm not really complaining about because I got him more so for the robot mode. Look at that. He wants to shoot your bungus. So we get into this guy, right? Okay. Pretty basic, pretty simple. Very G1 looking, but that's where things differ. I can say that the painting and sculpting and detailing on this figure, every inch of the mechanical and not so much mechanical, is absolutely perfect for this figure. We're going to take a look here, and this is not paint. This is actual plastic. This is plastic on plastic on plastic. They actually put this guy together. Okay. Now, if anybody remembers the original G1 Shockwave, he turned into some kind of a space blaster, or, well, Megatron 2.0 basically. But this figure actually transforms into the Decepticon Nemesis. And as you can see, originally on the box, right there, yeah. I'm happy that this figure transforms into the Decepticon Nemesis because of the fact that I would not have been pleased if he turned into one of those bullshit walker things or some kind of weird little tank or whatever. But the cool thing about this figure in its transformation, which we will see, is very reminiscent of his G1 counterpart, where the pistole part, the barrel of the laser gun, is kind of, you'll see. But other than that, I mean, this thing is super simple to transform. That was the point of this line, was making something big and easy to transform. I mean, he is a decent size. Why don't we do a quick size comparison before we get into the nuts and bolts and the transformation of this figure? Is we'll go with the previous review, the Prowl figure. And then, if you really want to, we can go even deeper and bring in Jetfire. So much missed opportunity with this figure. But nonetheless, they all range in the same size. Optimus, I think, is just maybe a fraction taller. One of the Optimuses, I know, is a little bit taller than everything else. but nonetheless, they all pretty much stay within this category. So let's go ahead and remove these two boys, and we will get down to the funky. Here we go. Shockwave. Absolutely beautiful. Love how... Now, I will let you know, though, that nothing is going to wear or paint chip on this figure except for the Decepticon logo. That's the only thing that's painted. And his eye. You see that mysterious eye just looking at you. And I like the fact that they had painted the inside of his face a darker color than the rest of him, because the eye, because then it actually kind of gives you a little bit of a presence that he's active. Yes, that he's alive and he wants to shoot you in the bungus. Lord Megatron commands me. So, first off, let's get into the posability of this figure, and then we're gonna get to the drawbacks about this figure. So here we go. His arms can go up, and then they stop unless you basically just stop. Why? Because we'll get into it. You'll see it here in a second. But his arms go up, bend, no swivel, no. Same thing over here. Get the same range of motion over here. Get them to do that chicken dance. It's Bonanza. Leave me alone. Anyway. So, no light up features, no nothing special. But what I do like, but I wish they would have done a little bit differently with the figure here though, is you see that right there. Absolutely beautiful. That could have been a clear piece of plastic and showed some detail inside. And this right here could have been a clearer piece. But the offset of this dark purple to this purple to that, it could have been a little bit more, just a little bit more of a difference between the two, because it does kind of bleed together when you're looking at the figure. You know, you can see it does kind of bleed together almost, but nonetheless, that could have been, you know, handled differently. And then if we take his arms out, go to his legs, he can go pretty fast if you really wanted him to. And of course, get some robot booty. He can do a very nice spread. Now, here's the downfall of some of the posability that he has. Downfall number one, you can't get the arms to go all the way around because of all this shit back here. This is basically his ship mode. You pop out the wings. Okay. I would have liked it if this could have actually folded here, and then like these could have folded up, and then I could have folded up, like, you know, back here one more time, because of the fact that it would have been reminiscent of his backpack, which he does not have. He's got a very, very slim profile, except for those man boobies. He likes that shit. So that's one posability problem. The second posability problem with this figure is this: he has no knees. This is open for no real reason whatsoever, except to hide the landing gear. No knees. His knees do not bend. Do not bend whatsoever. They twist, yes, no bend. But nonetheless, for just like with the others, with Jetfire and Prowl, he is a very sturdy figure. Extremely sturdy, well put together, and you know, he took a bow for everybody. He took a bow for everybody, because he hates you and he wants to do terrible things to you. So, with that being said, and that all being a little bit of a drawback on some of the posability, you can still get a decent amount of poses out of him, like how I had him sitting there just waiting on y'all, wanting to get you. Or you could just like turn the head and have him be like, I have tickets to the Red Sox game. Would you like to come with me? But, you know, so minor posability issues. still, one hell of a toy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I paid 16 bucks for him when he first came out. You can try to find him on Amazon, eBay. Yeah, hold your balls, because yeah, you're gonna get kicked in them. Pretty good. Yeah. But for everything that this figure is, one of my favorites in the line, one of my favorite transforming figures. Essentially, really, in all honesty, he is. Absolutely love this figure. Guys, if you got questions, throw them into the chat. I'll answer them via chat. You know how this works. So now that we have covered him and Kum, we're going to transform him. And there are parts of this transformation. Like I said, it's easy, it's simple. But the problem with the transformation is, oh my god. This is why I prefer him in robot mode more so than his vehicle mode. And we're going to get into that right now. We're going to get into it right now. Oh my god. Here we go. First off, just push the arms out straight, because this is where all the magic actually does happen. You want to twist his legs at the knees, of course. Kind of give him a little bit of a pull up. As you see, this is open. This is basically just to tuck his feet into. And then you want to find his landing gear and pop that out all the way. Although that's actually pretty optional. If you fold it all the way in, this will still close up. But I like the landing gear out because that's how I am. Okay, now that you got him standing back straight up, you see these pieces here. Flip them up, they connect right here. Okay, just like so. And then you get everything lined up as it should be. The feet are the assholes in this whole thing, just to let you know. Okay, so there's half of it. Basically, what's wrong with this? Nothing. He actually took a position like this in the show when him and in the original G1 cartoon, him and Soundwave were hiding, and they took this weird lamppost kind of shape. So yeah, that kind of works. So now we're gonna get over here back to the hands. Fold that up. This blaster is cannon. Fold that up. Look at that bullshit. Just plop right there. There it is. Okay. So now the fun part is right here, and his abs. Crunch. Just flip that over. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is you're gonna turn his head all the way around, and then just kind of roll that into place to where it locks in. Now there's the bridge of the ship. This, unfortunately, it doesn't tab in. It doesn't tab in at all, which is disappointing. And then you have this big open space. Put your weed in there. Come back here, flip out those incredible wings. I do like the fact that they got the thrusters on the ends, and it's all just streamlined and nice right there. So now you're going, okay, so what the hell do you do with those arms? No, you just rotate them. Rotate them back and make sure they stay straight. As you can see right here in this area, they just they don't even tab, they just match up. Yeah, they just match up. So you get the arms together like so. Okay. And then there it is. There it is. Yay. That's it. That's the Nemesis. No landing gear on the back, but as you can see, he sits very nicely. He sits very nicely. That's his freaking, you know, his yeah, that's the Nemesis. I do like this though. I mean, it is pretty cool. But you got that big ass gap right there in the vehicle mode. If you really want to get purist about it, yeah, I mean, it's kind of trash. I won't lie, it is kind of trash, especially since, you know, it'd have been cool if you could have done something with the other side, so that would look like you had, you know, thrusters. But yeah, no, it's just It's just that arm. It just folds up like that. But if you put him like this, okay, if you display him like that, let me give you a little bit of a better, if you display it like that, it's not too bad looking. It really honestly isn't too terribly bad looking. But, now you see why I prefer his robot mode over his Nemesis mode. I mean, that is what it is. Yeah. So, I'm not complaining too terribly much because I do love this figure. I do, honest to God, love this figure. He's one of my favorites. And just to get everything going back to the way it's supposed to be, flip that back around, flip his head around, get that back into place. This, technically, does kind of tab in a little bit, which is nice. And then get the hand back out. Just, yeah, light it, Linda. I hear you. So anyway, there's that. Back to this. And even, I think, if I remember correctly, at one point in time in some other Transformer cartoon, he actually kind of like looked like this and just kind of hovered around because he was such a badass. Get these to pull back down. That's it. This is the only that's the only thing that you get to conceal the legs. We could have had it back here too, Hey. Yeah, could have done that too, but nonetheless, get them legs to pop back apart. Jean-Claude, you must perform. So we have that, and then one foot always wants to actually super tab into place, and then we just fold the landing gear back in, and then boom, there he is. Lord Megatron, I want to show you pictures of things they call kitties on the internet. So there we go. That is this figure in a nutshell. He is very, very nice. I love him. If you can find him on Amazon, pick him up. He's going to cost you anywhere between 25 to 35 bucks. Which is reasonable. These things came back out. These things came out in like 2000. I want to say 2018. Between 2016 and 2018. I really wish they would have continued on with this because of the fact that I would have bought more of these figures. I was finding them at Walgreens. Okay, so if you have a Walgreens in the area and you want to pick one up, like Sideswipe, if you can find him. I really want to get my hands on Sideswipe, I'm sorry. And the others. But, pick them up. Pick them up. We had this creepy ass guy who was coming into Walgreens and just buying hand loads of figures and Transformer figures and action figures and stuff like that. And he's one of these guys who's like dirty. And he lives in his mom's basement because he smells like he lives in his mom's basement. And he was just like, I want that figure. Can you hand it to me? And I was like, Shockwave. Only Shockwave. I was like, no, this one's mine. Leave before Lord Megatron shoots your dick right off your butt. So he was like, you're an asshole. I'm like, yeah, I know. Fuck off, fanboy. This one's mine. So yes, so I got myself Shockwave because I've been prowling around for this figure and trying to find all out that I can about the Cyber Battalion line, and I've only got 3 out of the 7 figures, I think. But anyway, that is it. This is Shockwave, my friends. Absolutely love this figure. If you like him too, go to Amazon and look it up. All you gotta do is just type in Transformers Cyber Battalion, and you'll find everything that you possibly can find. But that one, they don't have the original Optimus anywhere anymore. Instead, you're getting this big ass monkey arms Optimus Prime, which is kind of scary. But yes, keep your eyes open for these types of boxes. Okay, they're very inexpensive. I mean, yeah, they print the instructions on the back of the box because it's disposable. Who cares? Whatever. But that's it for this incredible toy review, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this one. Let's take it to chat. What do you guys have to say about this figure, and what you think? Let me know what you think, and yeah. Almost forgot. Next month's review, January's toy review, is going to be this incredible Bumblebee Optimus Prime figure. We talk about masterpiece figures. This one takes the cake.